What's up with this 520-pound squat for 24 reps? And did you nearly die from it? Because was it 24 reps?
And why didn't you get to depth on any of your reps?
Yeah. Squatting so high, so high.
So I saw it and I was like, oh, dude, these definitely all look good. They would have passed in any federation. And then I was like, motherfucker. The funniest part was
the internet judges.
2 weeks beforehand, I had done 325 for 25. I was slowly just kind of working my way up just to feel it out, make sure.
Didn't you do it for 26 and you did it deeper? And was it 535 that you used?
Tom Platt style.
Which is funny that they all compare it to Tom Platt's because the video, you can't see Tom Platt's depth.
I think he's wearing a squat suit, too.
And he's wearing a squat suit.
I mean, I'm not hating.
And then he's like, he was doing it with no sleeves. He had a fucking Z-suit on. I'm done.
Do it again and do it with a squat suit on.
I think that was a one-time thing. But I did the 325, and obviously at my strength level and my mileage, 325 is very hard for me to break parallel with because
525, you mean?
Well, the week before.
Oh.
So I do 225 for 25. Then the next week I do 325 for 25. And I'm like, okay, it's there. It feels good. And people are like, well, that's a long way from 520. And I was like, it's not for me. Like, people don't realize when I was competing, I would start the bar at 500. That's the first fucking set. So I'm just checking my wind.
Wait, like you'd go in, you wouldn't do anything else. You just put 500 and that'd be the thing that would
So when I
warm
squatted
you up.
865 and a half, the all-time world record in belt only, which was 2016, my first set after my winning warm-ups was 500. So I would do like 315 for 25 on the belt squat. 500 was the first set. And so that way, I learned this quickly because one time I went to a meet and the hotel, you know how the meets were at the hotels? Well,
don't try this at home, by the way.
No, don't try this at home. So one time I'm up in my room. I don't like to be at the meet before I compete. It just wears me out watching other people. So I tell my friend, I'm like, hey, let me know when I'm about an hour and a half away from my flight starting. The son of a bitch fucking forgets. I have my buddy running up to my hotel room, goes, dude, you got 25 minutes before your first fucking attempt. I'm like, oh, shit. So I had to start at 500. Well, I did, and that's when I was still in equipment. I squatted 1197.6, the all-time world record in gear. So I was like, I didn't need to fucking do all those warm-ups. And ironically, I had more left in the tank for deadlifts.
Yeah.
So anyway.
It's amazing because no matter how much you warm up, there's always that set that you get from a particular warm up where you're like, I'm good now. But it doesn't happen in the early sets. It doesn't happen with a plate. It doesn't happen with two plates. It happens when you get to, I don't know, maybe around 60 or 70%. You get kind of over the hump, and then in your head you're like, okay, I think I can handle something pretty good today.
Yeah, and I never base how good a meet or a workout's going to go by how the warm-up sets feel. Because I've had some of the worst warm-up sets, and then for some reason my body just wakes the fuck up and says it's time to go, and then it's game on. So sometimes I think having that ability to flip that switch on demand without going, well, I didn't have enough warm-ups, or well, I didn't have this, or I didn't have this optimal environment, it was too fucking hot. I mean, how many gyms here in my gym, we don't have fucking AC. So you go to a meet, it's like a fucking vacation because now it's controlled 70, 68. My gym, when I did that 520 for 24 was 103.
Oh, fuck.
I had a fan on me. That's all I had because it was in the end of July, I believe, in Ohio. You know the humidity and heat, brutal. So I go in a little bit early. I said, hey, guys, let's all get there at 8 o'clock before it gets too hot. I probably started that squat at 9 a.m., so it wasn't quite hot enough yet, but my place is an old warehouse. It just absorbs heat, so it was hot. And I was like, dude, if I'd have waited about another month now, because it's like 64 back there now.
Yeah.
I probably would have been able to squeeze out a couple of more, but I was just tired of putting it off for so long. So are you going to pull up the video?
Yeah, I was looking for it on your Instagram.
So I don't understand. I look at this and I'm like, how in the fuck is that not below parallel?
Oh, it is. The internet just...
So it's just funny because to me, if you look at...
You're cheating. You got a belt on. You have those are strong sleeves.
Yeah, those are way too
Probably
small.
two size too small.
Well, and what's funny is they're a 4X sleeve. I mean, I put them on myself, you know? But people were asking about the wrap around the left hip. So when I was training at Louis at Westside, I had tore my left hip squatting 1,055, and it didn't hurt when I tore it. It was actually in the joint, like I hurt some part of the hip socket.
Let's go back and watch that last rep. I got some problems with this last rep.
The last rep got nasty. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened here? Is this a completed rep, guys? Like let's judge this. Let's be internet judges. Let's be picky.
So what happened was I was about ready to hit my face to the fucking floor. So at 20, I'm like, okay, now I know why this is a world fucking record. At this 22, I'm having to really check that right there. You can almost see I'm starting to almost lose my balance. This is what's impressive.
Oh, brutal.
This is what's impressive.
That just hurt.
Power Project family, how's it going? Now, we talk all about strength on this channel, but strength starts from the feet. That's why we've partnered with Vivo Barefoot shoes for over a year now. Now, Vivo Barefoot, unlike most shoes, number one, they look great, but number two, they're flexible. They're zero drop, and they have a wide toe box. If you wear these shoes over time, your feet will get stronger. Now, if you guys want to get some of these shoes, head to vivobarefoot.com/powerproject. Use code POWERVIVO20 at checkout to save 20% off your entire order. Enjoy this clip.
I did not notice my wind being the problem. My conditioning, because of my winning warm-ups, were so good.
Yeah.
That was a complete, total, full body muscle failure. So what you didn't see is after I got done with that, I laid on the ground. I couldn't move for, I would say, about 12 to 15 minutes.
Shit.
Like, I felt like if I moved, my body was going to fucking like go into some place I didn't want it to go.
Welcome to CrossFit.
Yeah, pretty much with real weights. So,
but this is a really interesting thing because it's like, okay, the record was 23, you got 24, and it's that whole concept of if you know what the barrier is, you'll just go right past it, and then you just exhaust.
So my goal was 25.
Okay.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
I thought probably 2 weeks prior, I thought that maybe around 30 was close. I think the heat is what got me a little. But to me, it was like, I wanted to be, at least for me, myself, I wanted to be the only squatter that ever broke world records equipped, raw, and had at least something in the rep range that was fucking insane.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was one of those things. I knew I was going to be 43 in a couple of months. I'll be 43 in a couple of weeks now. And I was like, I cannot wait any longer. Like, the body is going to start not letting me do this at some point. I need to put the hammer down and just fucking do it. And that's why I didn't wait till it got cooler. I felt good doing the 325 for 25. I'm like, I'm going for it next week. Fuck it. And I knew at the week after that, I was going out to talk to Jeff Cavalier and speak at his conference. So that was going to put a ding in the training cycle. And so I just had to do it,
Hey, I know you guys enjoyed the video, so like, comment, subscribe, and head to the Power Project Discord below. Talk to y'all later.